Hi. So today I wanted to ask you, how do you respond to racial slurs? I was reading a post by Justin Tse, and I'm really embarrassed that I don't know how to pronounce that last name, so I apologize in advance if I fucked it up. But he was writing about an encounter he had on the train, and this 70-year-old man was talking shit about him, throwing ethnic slurs, calling him a chink, saying shit like, "Well, I wish them Orientals would go back where they came from and stop buying all of our gerbs, those fucking chinky, chink motherfuckers, chinky." And, instead of saying anything or responding, Justin was reading a book, and he continued to read his book and ignore the man. Then he went home and wrote about it on his blog. And a lot of the comments are actually pretty harsh. They're like, "Man, you should have fucking gotten in his face and said some shit and beat his ass." And, I understand where that sentiment comes from, because when something like that happens, when someone's calling you out like that and just laying it thick, like chink this and jap that and gook and slope and Mr. Moto, all that kind of bullshit, you get angry. I mean, you can't help but get angry, and you feel it in your ears, and you just start shaking, and you just want to fucking explode and do something. And that's probably the exact wrong thing to do. Like, exploding on somebody doesn't really help the situation. I mean, as it is, this is not a learning moment. This isn't a teaching moment right here. Like, nothing you say or do is going to change this racist person's view of Asian people. In fact, if you respond in a negative manner, it's probably just going to reinforce all of his fucked up beliefs. Like, if you kick his ass, he's probably going to be even more racist, or get a whole posse of people to beat your ass the next time he sees you. Sorry, Jazzy. My cat just attacked me. She agrees. So, like, the physical response, I don't think that's really, a thing that you should even consider. Though you want to. You really fucking want to. And if it's a 70-year-old guy, sure, you can knock his ass out. But, I mean, what good does that do? The other thing people were suggesting is to curse the fucker out. And, that's kind of the fire with fire thing. It's amusing to everybody watching, because it's always fun to hear people cursing each other out. You talk about it with your friends afterwards. "Oh, you should have seen this shit happen on the train. These two motherfuckers were just cursing the shit out of each other." But in the end, that's probably not a good response either. So, how do you respond? I guess for me, I would hope that I would come up with something funny, like, go all Cyrano de Bergerac on him, come up with better insults that he could throw. Like, he was just saying Oriental and chink. Maybe if I was in that situation, I would come up with something like, "Good sir, if you are to insult me, do it properly. I am no chink. I am a Jap," or something like that. Now, I'm half Chinese, half Japanese, so the label fits, but he doesn't fucking need to know that. We all look the same to a racist person anyway. So, but yeah, I might come up with something like that. Or, knowing me, I would probably just bust out laughing. Just, nothing diffuses a tense situation like that better than just laughing at the person in their face. Just letting them know that, "You amuse me, Mr. Racist person. What you are doing doesn't matter, and I think you're fucking hysterical. And I'm gonna laugh at you, and then I'm gonna post about it and write things about you, and everyone is gonna be laughing because you are so ignorant and amazing." Maybe I would do something like that. Or maybe I would just ignore it and play Infinity Blade on my iPhone or something. But, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's not a teaching moment. Nothing you do, nothing you say is going to change his mind. At best, it's going to entertain or horrify the people around you. So, anything you do is really for the audience. I guess it might make you feel better about yourself if you are able to stand up and say something, but maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a good answer for this because I never know what to do when something like this happens to me. I just kind of fucking shake and just let it bother me or not bother me. Maybe next time I'll just try the laughing thing, because I think that's kind of disarming. And I have a really good Toshiro Mifune laugh. I could go that kind of thing. So, who knows? But if you have a standard response to racial slurs, or if you have a really good idea of why you should respond, or why you should respond with force, or why you should get back in their faces and, try to shout them down, whatever you feel is the appropriate response, please let me know, because clearly this is something I personally struggle with and haven't quite figured out myself. So if you have a good idea of how we should respond to ethnic slurs when they're thrown at us, drop an email, drop a video comment, that's kind of cool. Post on Twitter, send me a Tumblr message, anything like that. Wherever you find this video, if you've got a good suggestion or strategy for dealing with racial slurs that is better than just laughing, please let me know, because I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what other people do in these kind of situations. So, and I'm gonna link the blog post in the show notes so you can see how I mispronounced Justin's last name and correct me on that too. So, but thank you for watching, and I'll check you later.